Murder in the morning from the Hidden Killers podcast.
Have you seen the treadmill video of the awful father that's making his son, forcing him to run on the treadmill, and he keeps falling down over and over and over?
It's horrific. If you haven't seen it, I don't recommend it unless you've got a really strong stomach, because it's not like watching a movie and it's acting. This is real life, that there was a kid being endangered and abused and tormented. It's horrible.
It is. The New Jersey father convicted of killing his 6-year-old son. This is a 6-year-old child, by forcing him to run and fall off a treadmill, has been sentenced to only 25 years in prison. That's all you get for killing your kid, I guess, in Ocean
I want to know why it wasn't life.
I want to know why they just put him on a treadmill and just said, good luck. And there's no walls. There's all walls. There's no way to stop the treadmill. You're just going to sit there, and eventually the treadmill will just start eating your skin away because you're sitting on it, and the friction will kill you eventually. I think that would have been an appropriate sentence for this guy.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
On Friday, August 2nd, Ocean County Judge Guy P. Ryan sentenced Christopher Gregor to 20 years for aggravated manslaughter and 5 years for endangering the welfare of a child, more than 3 years after his son, Corey Micciolo, died. Gregor was originally charged with child endangerment following Corey's death on April 2nd of 21. In March of 22, the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office announced he was being charged with murder, which was later changed to aggravated manslaughter. Judge Ryan ordered the two prison terms to run consecutively because the aggravated manslaughter was separate from the earlier act of endangerment. During the sentencing, Breanna Micciolo, Corey's mother, called Gregor a monster during a victim impact statement. Corey was and still is my life, my world, and my everything, Breanna said, crying. What this monster did was pathetic, disgusting, and I wish him nothing but the worst. Gregor, that'd be a good card from Hallmark. Mm-hmm. You're a monster, pathetic, disgusting, and I wish him nothing but the worst.
I have a former program director I'd like to send that to. Let me know if that gets made.
Got a couple of them, actually. Gregor, meanwhile, maintained his innocence, telling the courthouse prior to his sentence being read, I want to assure you on April 2nd, I did nothing to cause Corey's passing. I did not hurt my son.
We saw the footage, you fucknut.
You're on video, you fucking moron. During his 6-week trial, jurors were shown footage taken at the Atlantic Heights Courthouse on March 20th, 2021. It showed Corey running on a treadmill. As Gregor stood nearby, Gregor began increasing the speed, causing the 6-year-old to stumble and fall. Whenever Corey would fall off, Gregor would put him back on the treadmill and increase the speed. At one point, he seemingly bit Corey on the head. Days after the security camera footage was captured, Corey was taken to the doctor and said his father made him run on the treadmill because he was too fat. Just one day later, Corey was taken to the hospital after he began stumbling, having slurred speech, nausea, and trouble breathing after a nap. He had a seizure during a CT scan and then died. Ocean County Medical Examiner's Office determined Corey had sustained injuries due to blunt force trauma, and Gregor was charged with endangering the welfare of a child on July 7th, 21. In March of 22, the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office announced the second charge of manslaughter after a report from the state's expert witness indicated Corey died as a result of blunt force impact of the chest and abdomen, and determined the manner of the child's death to be homicide. Prosecutors argued during the trial that Gregor inflicted injuries on his son and punish him because Breanna had been late bringing him home. So you're going to punish your child, you piece of shit. Gregor's legal team challenged the prosecution's arguments and brought in a forensic pathologist to testify, who claimed that CPR performed on Corey in the emergency room may have caused the blunt force trauma. No. On May 31st, Gregor was found guilty of aggravated manslaughter. The prosecutor's office said Gregor's 25-year sentence was subject to the No Early Release Act, meaning that he will be required to serve at least 85% of his prison sentence before he may be considered parole eligible. I find that funny. That's just that sentence right there. You're part of the No Early Release Act, but you can be released at 85%.
Sometimes our justice system just astounds me. This case, he was on video abusing this child.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't a he said, she said kind of a situation. We have the video evidence the child is dead.
It's pretty clear
This
cut.
is the sentence this is the sentence he gets. How?
I don't know how you can get that less of, well, because they lowered the charges from murder to manslaughter, which, look, you fucking murdered your kid. You may not have intended to murder your kid, but you have to be aware of the possible consequences when you're torturing a human being, that death could be a possibility. And if they do die while you're torturing them, that is called murder. Even if you're sitting there and you're too dumb to realize it, that doesn't make it any less of a crime. Just because you're like, well, I didn't think he was going to die. Well, guess what, dumbass? It is. And there really is no place for you in our society, really ever again. I don't know. In cases like this, I'm just like, why are we even feeding them? Like, I don't care. Just let them die. What's the purpose? So we can get out in 25 years and go ruin someone else's life? Or what's the fucking point? What is the point?
This guy needs to have a vasectomy. An irreversible vasectomy, because he should not be able to procreate ever again. I don't want another child with his DNA out there.
Well, I agree. I think they should now do the vasectomy, but then accidentally, I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to the knife slipped. And
sorry,
it's gone.
Want to listen ad-free? Want advanced access to all of our interviews before anyone else?
Become a True Crime Today Premium Plus subscriber on Apple Podcasts.
You get every episode commercial-free.
So you can binge on true crime
until you can binge no more.
Search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts now, or go to our podcast page and sign up now.
More of the Hidden Killers podcast next.